And good afternoon. This is the Elliott Wave Daily Update for the NASDAQ 100, being recorded on Thursday, September the 18th at 3:20 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. There really is not a whole lot to be adding. The market did continue to rally initially and had reached its high actually early in the session and then spent the balance of the day just kind of trading lower to basically sideways. And so I'm here in the NASDAQ, I'm labeling it as wave one of this sub-minuet wave five coming up. And so I continue to feel that we're likely headed towards 25,124, which is where this wave five would be equal to wave one, which is the most common. Now, if I just kind of add, let me just see if I can't add this. If I add the 618, I think we went through that. Yeah, we did. So, and that's why I kind of took it off and I thought, okay, but there is a chance, like I said, in for the S&P that we can count five up to this level. But that would suggest that it's wave five, it's the minuet wave five, and it's the minute wave three. I would think that we would start coming off a little bit harder. So, being that tomorrow, being the August expiration, and right now it seems that it should be, excuse me, it should be a very large expiration. I believe that number still is about 1.1 trillion. The nominal value of what's going to be expiring. And so I think that we should continue to see a push higher. Now, whether it gets all the way up to that 100% marker, I do not know. I mean, none of us do actually, but that would be my initial thoughts, because otherwise we kind of can go like this and see what about that level. Now, granted, the most common is 100% equality, but that doesn't mean it has to get there. And so we can get 25,020. Um, and again, it just kind of lost its steam right in here. When we had this great rally, we came down early, and I think that was nothing more than just monetizing a few things in a couple of the stocks. And then we took off, pushed up to the highs, and then just really did nothing. So I'm thinking we might be all done very early in terms of what we get first thing in the morning and then do another sideways or slightly higher until it gets closer to the actual expiration, or everything's actually been put in place and we just have a pretty boring day all day. So again, not knowing because nothing really got challenged in terms of gamma levels today. So I thought early maybe would have, but it did not. And the numbers that came out early, they had a small effect, but then the market just basically started to rally. Um, so there's nothing really to be adding here. So I'm going to leave it as one and then the two, because that's a B, and this is the C wave coming down, and leaving open the potential, right, that we have one more little leg down, and we could get below 24,683, and then we have additional support down here at 24,599. So, but that would be quite the drop, actually. On the chart, it doesn't look like much, but in reality, it's 137 points. So, and which again is nothing for the NASDAQ. But I think we got to leave it open that we might come down and get below that low. If we do not, and we just kind of start to keep going up, then the two goes here and we'll start working our way higher. Eventually looking for that break above today's high at 24,816. And that's really all I have. I can go over that we have this resistance above. I continue to look for a larger correction once we get this fifth wave in, we get the minuet fifth wave in, and then we get that minute third. And let me bring it all the way out to the daily so that you can see. This third is what I'm looking to complete. along with this 5 and this 5th. So the subminuet wave 5, the minuet wave 5, and the minute wave 3. That's what I'm looking for in a completion. And then we get a little bit larger corrective phase going. And that would line up with what should be expected for the end of the quarter. So we're going to have a lot of third quarter, not necessarily window dressing, but just cleaning up positions, posturing, getting stuff ready for for the end of the month, and then also just for moving forward into the fourth quarter. So a lot going on in a way, and not enough going on in another way. So I'm going to bring it back down here, open this up just a little bit so we can see inside. So again, leaving some room to come down. And that just kind of blocks everything. So I'm actually going to take this off, right, just one of them anyway. That's the secondary one. So there we have looks like it could have been maybe C. I'm going to put the 2 there. We're going to leave open the possibility that we come down a little bit further and then we pick up that third wave. Otherwise, the 2 stays there and we start to run up in that third wave. And actually, that is it. Again, if, one more time, there's that possibility that this 5th wave is here, but I would be looking for this to really start to come down pretty quickly. So if this turns into 1, 2, a little bit, I think we get one more, and that would be 3. And then we come back up and then put in a 4. And then we get 5 down. Then we're talking something different. We're leaning a little bit more like, okay, maybe it is all over, all the way up to that minute third wave. I don't think that right off the bat. So we're going to let the market let us know. And again, tomorrow's an expiration, should be very big. We have no economic data. We didn't challenge any of our gamma levels. They will be updated on the morning update. And outside of that, I'm going to cut this one and leave it on the short side. And I wish everybody a very good evening. And the next update will be tomorrow morning.